To say last week was a circus, or to say last week was chaotic for show business or in the world of show business, that's putting it a little bit too lightly. It was... I'm going to say it gave a new meaning to the word chaotic. Last week, just a week ago today, Will Smith slaps Chris Rock at the Academy Awards after Chris Rock made an inappropriate joke about Will Smith's beloved wife, Jada. Then, just days later, Will Smith announces his retirement from the Academy, but just before he announced his retirement, action movie icon Bruce Willis announces his retirement from show business due to his struggles with a condition known as aphasia. Aphasia is pretty sad, to be honest with you. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Bruce Willis brought attention to aphasia. Well, says here, aphasia is a disorder that affects the ability to understand and express language. Aphasia is usually the result of a stroke affecting 30% of stroke survivors, or it can be caused by brain tumors or brain injury. And it makes sense too, because Bruce Willis is famous for doing his own stunts. He's done his own stunts for the last 35 years of his life, and within just a few years now, he completed 22 low-budget movies. He must have known that he must have had it for a long time, and he must have known that his condition was deteriorating fast, or so that's what the press puts it. I don't really know that much about Bruce Willis. I didn't really pay attention to him after I found out, or after it was revealed he's been a bit of a difficult actor to work with, and he's been a difficult guy for years. According to Kevin Smith, who directed him on his film Cop Out, Willis was a nightmare, and Kevin Smith called his experience working with Bruce soul-crushing. Smith revealed he was once a big fan. Most people were big fans of Bruce Willis until Kevin Smith revealed what it was like working with him on Cop Out. Smith also called him things such as the meanest emo guy I've ever worked with, and apparently Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis, they beefed for a little bit. But despite Bruce Willis's status as a difficult guy to work with, I still wish him nothing but the best. I wish his family the best. People have been giving him best wishes nonstop, and I wish you all the best too, Mr. Willis. Thank you for generations of action movies. I have to say, Die Hard is not my favorite Bruce Willis movie. It's my favorite 80s movie, one of my favorite 80s movies, but it's not my favorite Bruce Willis film. My two favorite Bruce Willis films, Red and Unbreakable. But aside from Bruce Willis retiring, now comedy icon Jim Carrey is announcing his retirement from show business. Jim Carrey's now in his 60s, and you know what? I think it is a little time for Jim Carrey to retire and say goodbye. You know, he's done a lot. He's been a comedy icon for generations, not decades. That's putting it too lightly as well. Generations. I grew up with Jim Carrey, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, Batman Forever, Ace Ventura, Cable Guy, Liar Liar, Bruce Almighty. I certainly watched a lot of Jim Carrey when I was in grade 7. I was bullied a lot, and Jim Carrey was the guy to make me laugh during that time. Is Jim Carrey really going to retire? Well, from everything that we've gathered, or everything that I've gathered in reading prior to making this video, he's thinking about it. Actions speak louder than words, as they say. We'll see what happens when he officially announces his retirement. As for everything else that's going to happen for the rest of this year in show business, well, I don't know. None of us will ever know. I do like to follow celebrity status. Today is the Grammys. Today the Grammys are happening. Let's see what happens at the Grammy Awards. We'll see if they joke about that for sure. Come on, Tony Bennett. Come on, you guys. Let's see. And Tony Bennett, I want to see how that goes out. Since his Alzheimer's reveal. Poor Tony. At least he still has a great voice.